Alright, what's up? We gotta do a Jackie Mason tribute. I knew who Jackie Mason was before I knew who Jackie Mason was. Right here. Ant and the Aardvark. If you watch the Pink Panther cartoons, Ant and the Aardvark was on there. Jackie Mason was the voice of the Aardvark. Funny as hell.
Oh, what's that over there? Ooh, it looks like a picnic. I love picnics. You know, my mother used to take me on picnics. I think I better get over there before the other ants in the neighborhood get the idea and take all the goodies. Hey, now that's good food. They don't fool around when they go on a picnic.
Here's Jackie.
Good people.
Right here.
Hey, Ant. What's the matter? You lost, pal?
I want to talk to you for a minute. As a matter of fact, I want to talk to you about your future.
You know,
He's the funniest shit. Jackie Mason's too funny. He was also the voice of Krusty's father on The Simpsons.
200,000 ants just to make a decent sandwich, and I'm having trouble with just one, and the day's half over.
Hey, you know, speaking of the day half over, I gotta get this pie back to my little pad before it spoils.
Okay, you answer it. You try to talk nice to a guy, and he turns his back on you. So here goes. Coconut cream pie.
Alright, rest in peace, man.
It's got a coconut in it, and it hoit.
And it hoit.
All right, Aunt, you better say uncle.
Alright, let's do some Jackie Mason right here. Drink a beer for him. She was so funny. He's always on Howard
And now,
Stern.
ladies and gentlemen, the star of our show, Jackie Mason.
Well, how do you do, ladies and gentlemen? It's a great thrill for you to see me.
Yeah.
I don't know what you did to deserve this. Well, I'm really happy to be here. It's a beautiful city. If you believe that, you'll believe anything. So far, you're looking at me like you're waiting for a comedian to show up. This doesn't disturb me. I'm not that crazy about you either. That does for you. See, if I take a liking to you, I'll tell you my best jokes. I can be great, but I'm not trying. You notice it? I got great jokes. I don't tell them right away. At first, I see if I take a liking to you. So far, I'm not that crazy about it. I think you'll wait a whole night till you hear something from me that's worthwhile. But I'm very glad I showed up anyway. The boss was excited. Sent his own car out to get me. Luckily, I got out of the way in time. Not only that, he set me up in a hotel. You should see this place, laid out like a golf course. Every room is a hole. And, you know, I came all the way from New York just to be here now. I don't know if you heard about it. I only mention New York because from the way I talk, people seem to think that I come from Alabama. I fool everybody. You know why? People actually, you'd be surprised how many people think that I'm Jewish. If you talk this way, you could fool anybody. People don't know. They judge you from the way you talk. I put on an act. I purposely talk like this. I don't have to talk like this. I can talk like this. You see the difference? As a matter of fact, when my family came to Italy from this country, matter of fact, many years ago, I'm the only Italian that talks like this. The other Italians, they don't know how to talk. They never listen to me. Actually, I've noticed an amazing thing. Do you notice that Italians and Jews talk the same? Italians talk like this, and Jews talk like this. The language is the same. The fingers are different. Once you know how to move your fingers, you can be anything. One thing about me, I don't get disgusted. You notice it? I could think like this a whole night, wouldn't disturb me, because I'm a healthy person. If I wanted, I could start singing and dancing like other comedians do. You know that? You ever see me sing? See how I don't like to show off? I'm a healthy person. Now, one person never heard me sing. Too much class. People without talent start singing. They need this. They got nothing else.
What time is
Watch
it?
me for now. You'll notice I don't do nothing at any time.
How you doing? How you doing? Well, it's certainly a pleasure to see me in person, ladies and gentlemen. Every critic can't get over how great this show is. I'm only mentioning it in case you think it stinks. Then you'll know there's something wrong with you. This is an unbelievable show because this got qualities you don't see on Broadway today. You'll never see a show like this. First of all, it's a one-man show. A lot of people say, so what? I got my own troubles. The truth of the matter is that you don't need two people for a show. People think somehow, subconsciously, that the more people they see, the better the show. The busier it is, the more excited they get. Show them 10 people, what a show. 15 people, did I see a show? By the time they see 300 people, hey, was this it? Did you enjoy it? I don't know, but what a crowd they were coming. You don't need a whole crowd for one show. You understand this? The truth of the matter is that any accomplishment that was of any significance was always done by one person. There was never more than one person involved.
One person.
Mister. You don't care? Name anything. Take a guy like Michelangelo. Painted the whole Sistine Chapel all by himself. Even though there were thousands of painters who weren't working, he didn't say, Mister, grab a brush, help out. Never said that. He worked alone. Alone. Took him 30 years to paint the ceiling because the man was a schmuck. He was, because you don't have to take 30 years to paint the ceiling. I got a brother-in-law, 2 kitchens and a toilet, and now he knew this is no job for a brush. A roller does the same. I'll show you another example. How many people do you marry? Mister. You marry one person. If you need more, how come if more is better, how come people don't marry 2, or maybe 4 or 10? We're not talking about your case. We're talking about a normal person. That's right. One person is all you need for human happiness. Because through that one person and within that relationship, every means of communication, involvement, every significant emotion, every relationship, everything happens that means anything with one person. That's all you need. That's right. Because if you found that one person, you could spend the rest of your life with that one person. That's all you need. And you sit in the house the rest of your life.
And above everything, make sure that your wife doesn't find out about it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's close. I purposely fool everybody because I want to be funny. You think this is my body? This is not my body. You know who's got my body? Rock Hudson. He's got my body. Meanwhile, I'm walking around with this. Actually, you can't tell how good a guy looks from the outside. A lot of people have outer beauty, but they don't have inner beauty. Inner beauty is more important than outer beauty. Do you know that? Outwardly, I don't look so fantastic, but from the inside, I'm gorgeous. Now, if I could only turn myself inside out, I'd be the biggest hit that ever happened. I notice on my pictures I don't look so hot, but on my x-rays, I'm unbelievable. Want me to tell you the truth? This might sound unbelievable to you. Do you know that they wanted me for the past few months, they want me in Hollywood to make pictures? This happens to be the truth. Not comedy pictures. They wanted me to be a matinee idol. This is the truth. I turned them down because I don't need it. I don't want to live that way. Rock Hudson is right now in South Africa making a picture. He's a star. That's where he has to live, in the filth and the dirt and the garbage. I'm not a star, but I live in New York. In the filth and the dirt and the garbage. But at least I don't have to get up 6 o'clock in the morning and start kissing a girl I don't even know. Huh? And he don't kiss her alone. There's a director there to make sure he kisses her right. If I kiss a girl, there's no director. I'm an expert. I kiss. Wherever I go, people say the same thing. What a kisser.
That's it. Stop fighting. See, this was production values, ladies and gentlemen. The turbulence in the music was the representation of the violence and the turbulence and the venom and the hate that always took place among all the different denominations all over the world. Why? Why did that happen? Mister. So I'll ask you a better question. Why is it that white Protestant American Gentiles are the only happy people in America? Did you ever notice that? They don't know where they are, they don't know where they're going, they're always comfortable. They don't have a deal pending, the deal missing, nothing but it. But every Jew is walking around like this, every Jew is walking. I gotta become a partner in something, I don't know what. Why does every Jew have to become a partner? Because of persecution. Because Jews could never get a job in this country. So they always had to become businessmen to overcome the system. That's why to this day, every Jew is a businessman. Every Jew is. Even if he has no business, it doesn't disturb him. Every Jew has a deal pending or a deal missing. Every Jew. And they're all walking around like this. If he can't make a living, it's somebody's fault. They don't know whose, but it's somebody else's. It's never his fault. It's always those son of a bitches, those son of a... Those bastards, they talked me out of it. You know what kind of money I would be waiting today? Every Jew knows a building he could have bought 20 years ago for $9. You know what that building is worth today? 147 million. They talked me out of it, those son of a bitches. They talked me. You tell them, why don't you buy something now? No, now it's too late. Now, this is not true among Gentiles. Gentiles were never raised to think that they have to overcome a system. That's why if they work with their hands, they're proud and they're happy because it's a job. A Jew never works with his hands because you can't overcome discrimination by working with your hands. They were always told your mind should move, not your hands. Your mind should work, not your hand. That's why to this day, if a Jew has to move something, he's embarrassed by it. He's embarrassed. He looks for a Gentile. Mister, could you take this over? You never see a Jew working with his hands. Look at the top of any building. It's only Gentiles. The tops of buildings, every construction site is a haven for Gentiles. They love it on top of a building with the hats and the goggles, the schmuckers, the touch. To them, it's a bar mitzvah, a klap man. Ever see a Jew on top of a building? Jew is always on the floor. That's not a bad job. Now, this is an outgrowth. It's an outgrowth of the fact that Jews can never get a job in most of the major corporations of this country. And it's self-serving to say only Jews. It's true about Catholics. Blacks certainly could never get a job in the major corporations of this country until 30, 40, 50 years ago. Why do you think to this day, if a Jew works in a major corporation, he can't wait to get out of it? Either that or become a partner. But a Gentile, he belongs there. He knows that's his home, so he's waiting for a $6 raise, 12, 37, 49. After 9 years, he's waiting to see if he can get a key to the toilet, if he gets it. His happiest day, I got a key, I'm going to the toilet. A Jew is waiting for the key to the vault, he's waiting for a key to the... Because a Gentile always knew that it's within the structure of the major corporation that he's going to get ahead. So he worships that structure. That's why the boss to him is a genius. Because he depends on that boss to get ahead for the rest of his life. That's why when he talks about his boss, he's talking about a God. That's the boss. That's Mr. G, Mr. Q, Mr. C. He thinks he's a genius. You ever hear a Jew talking about his boss? The man is a schmuck. Says if not for me, he would be starving to death. I do all the work. This schmuck gets the credit. He don't know what's going on here. Real putz, yeah, putz. It's interesting that Jewish kids are the only kids who went to college 100 years ago. Do you know that? Because every Jewish mother wanted her child to become a doctor. That was it. To this day, the greatest pride in every Jewish home is to have a son a doctor. Unless he's a little retarded, a lawyer. If his mind don't work at all, an accountant. But they would prefer him to be a doctor. You see, in a Gentile family, they're happy if their son drives a truck. They'll take you out to the highway. Wait, my son's truck is coming. You ever see what happens if a Jew has a son that drives a truck? He's so embarrassed he's hiding in Philadelphia. If if you know any Jew whose son drives a truck, try this. Say to him, does your son drive a truck? Just say drives. I wouldn't say he drives. He sits in a truck, he don't drive it. How would it look? A truck is moving, there's nobody there, somebody has to be there. So in case it goes out of control, he controls it. He's not driving, he's controlling, that's it. He's a controller in the trucking business. All this is a historical fact. A Jew's whole life is absolutely different than a Gentile's. It's fascinating to notice that a Jew can't even fix a car. Did you ever notice that? He cannot fix anything. A Gentile car breaks down in 2 seconds. They're under the car, top of the car. They clap, they hack, it becomes an airplane. There we go. A Jewish car breaks down, you always hear the same thing. It stopped. And the wife always says, it's your fault. And he says, I know what it is, it's in the hood. Where's the hood? I don't remember there was a... Takes a Jew 3 hours to open the hood, then he looks under the hood. Hey, is it busy here? Then he makes a move and she hollers, watch out, you'll hurt yourself. I'm not making it up. Go into any Gentile home. Any Gentile home is a workshop. Why is that? The whole house is a workshop. Every place you go in a Gentile home, they klop, they hack, they take you right to the basement and they klop and they hack and they fix and they're banging and clanging. A Jewish house is a museum. The whole house is a museum. The Gentiles are clapping and the Jews are clapping. Every Gentile, as soon as you say hello, he's fixing and building. The whole house was rebuilt and refixed. The toilet was once a chair. The living room was once a big table. The bedroom was once a kitchen. This was some milk. The furnace was once a toilet. This was some... The whole lobby was in the lump. This was some milk. The wall was in the... This was in Pittsburgh. Everything was someplace. Go into a Jewish house. Nothing was ever fixed. Everything was imported, exported. And a Jewish house, everything is coming and going. It's a whole shipping department, the whole house. No matter what you see, this is nothing. Wait till you see what I'm getting. You think this is something? Wait till you see what's coming. No matter how much you're impressed, you're never impressed enough. This is nothing to bet on what I'm getting. Wait till you see. Wait till you see what's coming, what's going. You go to visit a Jew, you can't sit down. You're marching for 3 hours and he's showing you every room, every schmuck, every glisten. You're marching, you're walking. You ever seen, I never saw it. Because a Gentile has a house to live in. A Jew has a house to show it to. Why do you think a Gentile doesn't even care if his house flies away in a flood or a thunderstorm or hurricane? Because they know in 2 minutes they can put up another house. They put up houses in a second. Watch the 7 o'clock news. Every single day throughout the whole Midwest of this country, Gentile homes are flying around. They're flying all over the country. Homes are flying. And the same Gentiles are standing there. The same ones. What happened to your house? It left again. Why do you live here? Because my roots are here. Where's your roots? It went with the house. Means nothing to them. A minute later, here's another house. Why do you think if a Jewish house gets a nick on it, 10 seconds later, there's 90 lawyers and 50 accountants? Because it's a different problem for a Jew. Do you understand this, mister? See, it's not only Jews. It sounds like I'm singling Jews out. All minorities are struggling for identity. What do you think psychologists mean when they talk about the identity crisis in this country? Anybody? That's the thing that all minorities suffer from. They always feel left out. They always feel alienated because they are. They're always struggling by proving to you how much money they got. So they have things to show you to give them an identity. Why do you think a Jew buys a boat? Does a Jew like a boat? There's no bigger schmuck on the side than a Jew with a boat. I know 5,000 Jews with boats. I've never seen one Jewish boat move yet. Because Because a Jew hates a boat. He buys the boat to show it to you. That's my boat. You saw it? Good. Let's get the hell out of here. I know a Gentile sells boats to Jews without motors. They don't even know it's missing. You start a motor, 12 Jews will go, "Ay-ya!" They hate a boat. Why do you think it is? If a Gentile has a boat, he's on excursions all over the world. All over the world, you can't even find him. But every Jew only knows one thing. I sleep 6, I sleep 9. I sleep 12, I sleep 38, I sleep. To a Gentile, it's an excursion. To a Jew, it's a dormitory because he has no use for that boat, but he has to buy it to show it to you. That's the struggle of all minorities. Why do you think it is that Gentiles don't care what they look like and Jews are such great dressers? You ever notice that Gentiles have no idea what they look like and they don't care? Pick on any Gentile in 2 minutes because their clothes never match. It never matches. It never matches. A Jew dresses up even to take out the garbage. Italians are also great dressers. The best dressers are the blacks because they got the same thing we got. But they got it in chartreuse and pink. And they got no closets. They wear everything at once. 7 shirts, 9 jackets. Why do you think when you go to a Gentile convention, you can always tell a Gentile convention because their clothes are out of style? I'm a favorite at Gentile conventions. I don't know if you heard about it. Gentiles love me because they don't know that I'm Jewish. They have no idea. You ever go to a Gentile convention? You ever notice that they look like Tzahagak? The only thing that's in place is the signs. I'm Clyde, I'm Klum. I'm Megillah, I'm Bakak, I'm Bakoko, Bakak. Jews don't have signs. Jews don't have signs. We got diamonds. Hello, I'm Ivy. And there's always a yenta standing next to him. You think that's a diamond? Look what I got here. I got here. Give me 2 Jews, you're blind for a year and a half. Are you a Jewish man? I can tell you're Jewish because he's afraid to live. Jewish men are afraid to live. They have to get their opinion of their wife first. The Gentile thinks you're funny, he laughs. The Jew looks at his wife, he's funny. He's not. I thought he was. He's not. It's up to you. Because every Jewish husband is always in trouble. He knows he owes her money. He can't remember why. Every Jewish husband is in debt to a yenta without a job. She never had a job and he owes her money. Every time she sees him, you owe me for this. I forgot. How do you owe a place of money who's living in your house for nothing? Nobody accepts that idea except the Jew. He's the only one who accepts it. What is the guilt in a Jew that assumes that she has the right to persecute him while she's living in your house for nothing? Why is it the Jewish man is respected every place he goes? Every place he goes, he's a partner in every business, and all day long everybody's saying to him, "Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir." As soon as he opens the door to his own house, "You schmuck!"